Can't hear you, Amy.
All right. Thank you, Jane. Good morning. I am back now. It's day 3, and I'm starting to learn some of this stuff. And as we always do, we're going to start with dancing. So here we go. Let's see. Wait. First, I got to share something else. I'm getting there. There's our agenda for today. Ta-da! So without further ado, we're going to be dancing to the Beatles this morning. I get by with a little help from my friends. Okay?
Okay.
Oh no, that's the wrong link. Ah, it's dancing with myself. Oh, here it is. Try this link instead. Okay. Hi. All right. Thanks everybody for dancing with me. We're gonna turn off the music because we know that it'll turn back on if I don't. So today's topic is, well, we've got the poll is open, so if you want to take the poll, there's now 3 questions in the poll, so have fun with that. And we're talking about learning a new skill today. So I brought with me my flute. I just bought this flute. Actually, I traded my saxophone in for a flute. I grew up playing the saxophone. Now I have a flute. The fingering's the same, but other than that, it's different, and I'm trying to learn how to play the flute. So this is my flute. And I can make it make a noise, but I'm not going to make it do that for you because I don't want to torture you. You can also learn other things, like how to get this ball in this cup, which obviously I need some help with. It's hard. It's very hard. But here, as a guest in our studio today, to teach us how to juggle is my husband, Eric, who is a very proficient juggler. So I'm going to bring him on stage now, and he's going to teach us how to juggle.
I have to sit. Hi.
Hi.
I'm not a proficient juggler. I'm an intermediate juggler, but I'm better than some, but not as good as others. So I'm kind of in the middle. So what I'm going to do is just show you 2 things, and you can do this. So you don't pick the ball. These are our dog's squeaky balls that we play with. So I have 3 tennis balls. So I'll start with 2. So juggling 2 balls. When people juggle, does anybody out there already juggle?
No.
No.
Okay. So.
I wish I had balls.
I should have told people to be prepared. I didn't prepare people.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, we can always come back and do this at a time. I'll just show you real quick. So juggling 2 balls is really 3 steps. The first step is you take a ball, and this is how you would learn how to do it. Just toss it up and down and catch it with your hand. And you know, initially you can watch the ball with your eyes and follow it. Eventually you get good enough where, like, I'm looking at the screen and I try to catch it without really looking at it. Okay. So that's the first step. And if it's too hard to do it high, just do it real low. Maybe just kind of really right in your hand, you know, get comfortable. Then you can go higher and higher. Okay. And then that's 1 step of juggling 2 balls. And then another step is you have that was in my left hand. Does it look like my left hand on TV?
I don't know.
Okay. Does this look like my left hand or my right hand?
Your left hand.
Okay, perfect.
Sasha. Okay,
so that was with my left hand. And I will say you can do this with either hand. You can learn how to toss with this hand and then juggle the other way, but I'm kind of left-handed, so that's why I'm doing this with my left hand. All right. And then the second step for juggling 2 balls is you take the second ball, put the first ball down, and just pass it to your hand. So that's the practice right there. Pretty easy. We won't do that a lot. Okay. So that's the second step. And then the third step in learning how to juggle, not really back and forth, because you're not going to go back and forth, Amy. You just literally hand it over to the other hand for now. That's the second step. And then and then more advanced, I suppose you could do this, but I wouldn't do that initially. I'd just say hand it. Okay. So there's toss. So there's toss. Second step is hand. Okay. Now the third step is for practicing how to juggle with 2 hands is tossing with your left hand and catching it with your right hand. And then you could actually learn to juggle by juggling with 1 hand. So now that I think about it, so you toss it, pass it over, toss it, pass it over. So now you're juggling. So now I'm juggling with 1 ball, and Amy's juggling with 1 ball. Okay. So the 3 steps are this is just to get used to tossing the ball. You're never really going to toss it and catch it with your own hand. You're always going to do this. You're always going to toss it and catch it with this hand, and then hand it back. So there's really just those two steps. Toss it and catch it, hand it. Toss it, catch it, hand it. Okay? So now with two balls, all you're doing is you don't want to freak out. So like what most people do is they do that. Or they think they have to be really fast. So the trick is to stay slow. Calm and slow. So you toss it, hand it, catch it. And that's why you want to practice tossing a little higher, because the higher you toss it in reality, the more time you have to hand it off and catch it. But if you do it real low, it looks like juggling, but it's super fast. So I'm going to toss it kind of high, hand it off, and catch it with my other hand. So all I did was do that. And then I did it, and I trusted that I would be able to hand off this ball before I had to catch it. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Toss it, hand it, catch it. Toss it, hand it, catch it. Toss it, hand it, catch it. And then when you get better, you can, ironically, learning how to do it, tossing it high and catching it is kind of hard, but when you're juggling, that makes it easier, because now I got all day, right? I can just hand it. And to look like I'm juggling, I bring it down a little lower. So I'm still just doing the same thing now. I'm just tossing it, handing it, catching it. Toss, hand, catch. Toss, hand, catch. Are you doing it? Wow, look at Amy. She's juggling. Nice. So yeah, so just what I would say is, if you know, you can get three. Amy had these like actual juggling balls that we found that are kind of like, they're kind of like beanbag, little mini beanbag balls. And the advantage of those is they don't bounce away from you and roll away. But just three tennis balls would work, or you can go to the dog store and get even smaller ones if your hands are small, and get tennis balls that are actually a little smaller than standard. So you can, because later you're going to learn how to juggle three balls. But for now, it's just two, one in each hand. So toss it, catch it. Oops, sorry. Toss it, hand it, catch it. Toss it, hand it, catch it. And then, you know, then you can impress your friends because you get lower and you just do the same thing, but it's really low.
But you're just doing it with two balls.
We're just doing two balls. Yeah, I think that's probably good for today, don't you think? Or do you want to do three?
Well, show them three at least, because
Oh, all right.
I
So,
think we all want to learn that.
okay, so eventually what you're going to do, and this is where you want to have balls that are small enough that you can hold two in one hand. So I'm starting with two in my right hand and one in my left hand. And let's see, I haven't thought about this. So in juggling three, what you're really doing is, instead of handing it, you're tossing from left to right, and then you're tossing from right to left. So I'll do it with two balls to show you. So you're going like this. And you have to get better at there, like that. So you toss one and then the other. Well, so they're both kind of in the air. You have to get rid of this one in order to catch this one. So you toss with your left, toss with your right, catch, catch. Toss, toss, catch, catch. And then eventually, this will be like the next time, maybe, you know, with three balls, you have two here, and you just have to, you're just faster on doing that tossing, catching thing. But I would say we just stay with two. So if you want to practice that, you go one hand catch, toss, hand catch. And then if you want to practice eventually getting to three, you just go toss, 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 because that's the skill. If you can get that down without looking at them, like right now I'm kind of looking at them because I haven't done this in a while. But eventually you can, like, you want to look off in the distance and you can kind of see them with your peripheral vision. And it's about getting a consistent location as best you can so you know where they'll be. Because as soon as you start panicking, like what happens to me when I'm juggling three, pretty soon I'm like, you know, I'm all over the place, and you know, it looks crazy. So, and then, yeah, so that's it.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's it.
And it's also good if you have if you have a dog, have squeaky balls, because then the dog gets excited.
And the other thing you have to do is have an extra ball for juggling so that the dog has one, or it'll constantly be stealing your ball, which was happening too. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is our movement break, which, let's see, today is, let's see if this actually works this time. Here, and that, and share. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying though, I'm learning. This is a whole exciting experience for me. Okay, so we're sharing so we did what to do while you're sheltering in place. That would be learning something new. We had our show and tell, and our vowel break, our movement break today is vowels. This is a movement break I've been doing for some time, and I will go to that in a minute. I want to show you the basic parts of vowels, the most important parts of this movement break is, okay, the song has a refrain, and the refrain has the vowels in it. And well, so we use our voices and we project A, O, E, U. We use our hands to make the hand gestures. Usually American Sign Language is what I do. So A, and I use both hands, so that's kind of cheating. A, O, E, U. And then with our bodies, we make the letters. So it's A, O, E, U. Okay? So that's that's the basic of this song. The rest of the time, you're just having a good time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the song. Let's see.
Yeah.
And I've got a cool video for you today that I worked on yesterday. So let's get the share right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Here we go. And this is what I want to share. Share that. And hopefully it's going to start soon. Let's see. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's still thinking about it. Come on. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
I got something on my mind, but words, they won't do it justice. I could write it on a sign, but words, they won't do it justice. I need a translator at the tip of my tongue. There's a freight train of emotion stuck in my lung. I need to get it out before it's all gone. So I'll just speak in vowels from now on. I could tell you what it's like, but words, they won't do it justice. Spell it, I'll turn up the mic, but words, they won't do it justice. I need a psychic to read my mind, get me a Shakespeare to feed me lines. I need to let it out, I waited too long. I'm only using vowels from now on.
Okay. I don't know why I stopped a little early, but it did. Well, that's it, guys. That's all I got for today. Does anybody have anything, any questions, any concerns? Did everybody